Welcome back. Here we are, cover to cover. Once again, are you excited that we're about to do another episode? I know a lot of you say we hate waiting a week to hear Chris Franjola and Alex's thoughts, but here they are. We're back. It's been a week. I hope you had a good week. I did. Thank you, Seattle. Meeting everyone up there. I went up to Seattle with Heather McDonald, and we had a great time at the Triple Door. Everybody who came, all the cover to cover people, all the Juicy Scoop people, thank you. People gave me gifts and things like that, and it was wonderful. And thank you. You're all great. I got flasks with quotes from this show on them.
Oh, which quote?
It was a quote about the women who I think I was telling Steve Marmelstein when he was here that we have a good base of women listeners, like fuck you women, good women, and they put something like I love fuck you women or something.
Dope.
Yeah, so it was good. So we're getting those kind of things. It's fun. It's come out to see us live and all that stuff. And this goes back to what I always say. Like everyone's going, Heather's get these crowds, man. She packs out these theaters to 500-seat theaters that are just sold out every night, and everyone runs out to see her. And they run out to see Fortune and run to see Josh Wolf. And and I don't get it yet. I don't get that love right now. And I'm trying to do an interesting, fun podcast so people will come see my live shows, and I just hope it starts to happen. I really do. I hope I can get some of this. These people. I have some. I'm doing very, very well. Things are going well, and the podcast is growing every week. But I need a little more love from you people. I really do. I'll have a fun thing I'm going to do at the end of the show to try and, once again, get your love and your approval and get you to come to my live shows. So let's start things off. With the news, we like to get right into it. A couple of big stories right out of the gate are a little, I guess, pop culture-y, but that's what's happening out there. The royal baby happened. It's here. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, they came out. They had it. They had it in I don't know if it was in secret or whatever. She, they weren't going to do the standard thing because she wanted some privacy and, let her have it. She's having a fucking baby. It's nice of her to get a little privacy. And then so the baby was born, a couple days ago. And then Prince Harry came out and said his thing about it. And then this morning, the two of them came out. And with the baby, which was, it's an infant baby. It's 2 days old, I think. And it was, wrapped in, whatever babies are wrapped in, swaddled, I believe is the term. And Prince Harry's holding the baby. And poor Meghan Markle looks just, I'm sure she's exhausted. I'm sure she doesn't want to be here, doing a press conference with a 2-day-old baby. But she does her best, and she puts on a brave face and comes out and does it. And there's a press there. It doesn't seem like there's a hell of a lot of press because they probably were monitoring how many people were allowed to come and take pictures. So it seems like there's a few people asking questions. And it seems to be English people, and the one guy goes, "What's the baby like?" And what's the baby like? The baby's 2 days old, you fucking idiot. What's the baby like? The baby's like a baby. It doesn't do anything. It sleeps and shits and stares at whatever, at shapes and colors and whatever babies are seeing at 2 days old. So that's it. And then they didn't have a name at that point, but now the name is out. The name of the baby. Now, I don't know if anybody's interested in this stuff. Some people are interested in the royal family in America, which just seems weird to me because it doesn't mean anything to us. The English royal family it really doesn't mean anything to England either, honestly. But we're all caught up in it. It is interesting. It always has been. People are fascinated by it. So the baby's name is Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor, which I guess Mountbatten Windsor I looked up is the name that you have to have if you're on the male side of the royals. You have to be a Mountbatten Windsor. So Archie Harrison is the baby's name. CNN a couple of days ago came out with an article on there. I believe it was on the CNN.com. They had an article. Basically, I don't know if there's anybody briefing any of these headlines or articles over at CNN or anywhere for that matter, not just CNN, all of these news publications. I don't know if anybody, because everyone gets their news from different sources these days. I think they've had to fire all their staff, a lot of these places. So maybe there's not a fact checker anymore, but the headline says, how black will the royal baby be? This is a CNN headline. How black will the royal
I'd
baby?
expect that from Fox, but CNN, come on.
This is CNN headline. How black will the royal baby be? Now, I happen to see this on a reporter I like very much. What is her name now? Soledad O'Brien. It was on her Twitter. And I believe Soledad O'Brien is half black. I could be wrong, but she's fantastic. So I've always liked Soledad O'Brien. She's one of the reporters on a fantastic show on HBO called Real Sports. If you don't watch Real Sports, you certainly should. Even if you don't like sports, it's amazing. It's one of the best shows on television. And Soledad O'Brien called CNN out for this ridiculous headline. I guess meaning how black will it be? Being because I guess Meghan Markle is half black. So and then
are we trying to do the actual math?
Or black. So the kid will be a quarter black, but I don't know if they meant like how
it's
black,
like the Obama.
But how? I don't know if they mean like how black. Like, will it be like culturally? You're like, how black will it have? An afro? Will it listen to Jay-Z? I don't know what they mean by how black. But here's the thing: I'll answer you how black. Not black at all, because the kid's name is Archie Harrison. Although maybe that does sound good. Maybe that could be like an old, black.
That almost sounds like a comically racist name,
Archie Harrison. So that's how black the baby will be. None, zero. It's a royal family baby, and I don't know if any of you watched her come out. Everyone probably saw it now because it's the top story on if you watch any of those shows, it's the top story is the royal baby. And Alex and I were talking about this before we went to air, but now poor Meghan Markle seems like, and this is a girl who now I've said this a million times. I know her. She's been a friend of mine. So I do kind of know her a little bit. It's been a while, but we knew each other very well back in the old days. And I feel like it's happened to all of them. And I feel like it happened to Princess Di. I feel like it happened to Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth was born into the family, so no. But all the people who've been married into the family, even the girl who's married to Prince Charles. I mean, no.
Is that Kate?
Kate, yeah.
Kate.
Even Kate. I feel like, and kind of fuck you to the royal family for doing this. I feel like you just take their personality completely away. Like Meghan Markle, the last couple of times I've seen her, I don't know if she's just tired from being pregnant or just overwhelmed by this whole thing, but she seems like any bit of person, and she had a personality. Yeah. She's been an actress for many years. She's been in Hollywood for many years. She's got a personality.
She used to bartend.
Yes, Well, she hosted. Oh. She hosted. She didn't bartend.
You gotta have a good personality.
That's what I'm saying. And she was like a personality person, but it's gone, and it's a lot of things. It's. First of all, you take a strong-willed woman like a Meghan Markle, like a Princess Di, like a Kate, and you just say you can't do anything that made you different and interesting. You have to do away with that. You have to wear weird leggings or stockings. You have to wear weird hats. You can't wear jeans. Like Meghan Markle got in trouble for wearing jeans and a white button-up shirt. Look great. Because that's her fuck. She has an opinion on her outfits. She doesn't have to. But they're like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. So eventually, the point where you're like, well, you know what? Now I'm a fucking robot.
Got to wear like Doc Martens with a Union Jack on them.
Well, I wish. Yeah. I wish they were able to do that, but you can't. You can't do any of that stuff. You can't do any of the. You can't have this party. Can't have that party. Can't say this to that person. You have to. They weren't allowed to announce the name because I guess by the rules of the royal family, you have to say the name. You have to tell the Princess Queen Elizabeth the name first before you announce it to the public. So all this shit seems to just really wear down pretty strong-willed women, and I'm not a fan of that at all. I like, and
you like a fuck you woman.
I do, and who doesn't? Like, I would rather. I mean, I know it probably a little bit here, maybe that happens too, but not so much. I mean, Michelle Obama was a strong-willed gal, and so was Hillary, and so is so is Trump, Melania. I mean, these people all seem to be doing their thing, and we're not making it. I mean, look at the outfits Melania's walking around in fucking Parada raincoats. Stepping on hurricane victims, I mean, she don't give a fuck about her, and more power to her. That's great. And I kind of felt a little bad for Meghan Markle this morning watching her with this baby. I felt like, and I know she's been through a lot in the past couple of days. Giving birth is probably fucking very difficult, and it is very difficult, and you're probably just dying inside. And But she just looked like she's been beaten down by the whole thing. Every time she says something, she just stares at Harry, and who seems like a really nice guy. He really does. I don't know if he's a part of this world, but she's just like looking at him like, am I okay to say this? Is this okay? Is this okay? And it's just, I don't know. It seems a little shitty to me.
She's like an on-air producer in episode 1. She's just like, what can I
exactly,
say?
yes. And this fucking guy, I wish this guy would have had a little more fear in him when I hired him. Didn't get paid a nickel, this poor kid. He's out here living his life. Anyway, so that's just my opinion on it. And there you go. That's the baby. Welcome, Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor to the world. 7th in line, I believe, for the to be the king, which means he'll never be the king because they all live to be 110, and he's got 7 to go.
Did you read about the website issue? Did you see that?
No.
So if you go to the royal website and then you click on the newly added link to Mr. Archie Harrison's website, they put him as like the son of the Duke, and like they kind of jumped him up a couple levels in his
really?
like heir on accident. They just gave him the wrong title, so it was almost like they like copy and pasted the other baby stuff, like just changed the name. Yeah, so they're already ruining his website.
They're already ruining his website. The kid's 2 days old. His website's screwed up. Oh God, I hope actually to fuck with CNN and anybody. I hope the kid looks real black. I really do. I hope the kid looks like Yaphet Kotto. That's an actor from the I don't know. He's been in some movies. Look him up. I hope the kid looks like that.
His last name's Kotto. Just
K-O-T-T-O. Yeah, Yaphet Kotto. I hope the kid's like real black, afro. I mean, that'd be fantastic. I think England would freak out. Oh, they would. Queen Elizabeth would die if that happened. But anyway, there you go. Royal family. Is that interesting to people? If it's not, we're moving right on. We'll move on to another thing that maybe you find interesting and maybe you don't. Because this shit was all over the place. If you looked on any type of magazine or news source on your iPad or even watched any extra or local news, you had to hear about the Met Gala. The Met Gala, which now I know it's for fashion. And it's a time for designers to show off some of their craziest, and there's always a theme of the Met Gala. I always thought it was called the Met Ball. There might be two different things. I could be wrong. Met Gala, Met Ball could be two different things, but this one was the Met Gala, and the theme this year was camp. Now, I'm fucking dumb. I thought it was camp, like no shit, like log, like fires.
Coleman stoves.
Like Coleman stoves and tents. I thought it was camp, but it's camp, like campy camp.
2A, is that 2A camp? Isn't that?
It could be. Some people, I've seen some people write it that way, but I think I don't know how it's spelled, but it's
over
camp.
The top, ridiculous.
Over the top, ridiculous is what camp is, and everybody went camp on the red carpet, and you're supposed to do almost like a performance on your way up the stairs of the red carpet, and everybody came in their camp. Now, I don't get this at all. I don't know if it's for charity. I don't know if this money goes. And I think is it the Metropolitan Museum of Art? Is that the Met?
I believe.
Okay. I hope there's some sort of charity involved in this because it's a very opulent way to show your wealth, and like it does seem a little clueless at times watching it, with all the shit that's going on in the world. And I'm not saying everybody have a good time. I know there's always going to be shit going on in the world, so we can all have fun in our lives. But sometimes it's a little much, with the outfits they wear. And we all saw it. The fucking one kid's got a head, his own head. He had Jared Leto. Now there was also a lot of, I guess camp was also gender bending. It seemed to be a lot of gender bending, which was another thing that's weird to me because it's basically like, look at how crazy it is that Harry Styles is wearing a woman's blouse. And I'm like, is it that? Now you're shitting on people who wear women's blouses. And, and you're making them feel like freaks because you're like, it's so crazy. Harry Styles is a man. He's wearing a women's blouse. But some people do that. So why do you got to make it seem so fucking crazy? And then, so there was a lot of that, a lot of gender bending, which is the new world we live in. There's no gender. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm not going to be old curmudgeon guy. Go, you're a man and you're a woman and that's that. I don't give a fuck about your gender. I don't. Yeah, you don't want one? Don't have one. It's fine. But so we're all gender bending, and that go ahead, wear a nice women's outfit. I'm sure it feels comfortable on your nipples, like a silken thing, whatever Harry Styles had on. It probably feels nice. Then if you're used to wearing like a cotton shirt that you get at the J. Crew or wherever Harry Styles buys his shirts, and maybe it's nice for him to wear something silken. And then Jared Leto gets a head. I didn't get the head thing. He had his own head in his arm, like he had somebody like a special effects person make his head, and then he carried it in.
Man, he's all the way. He's gone.
He's like that guy. He doesn't really seem to get what's going on in the world. So he brought his own head in. The other thing that I kept thinking about is, so once you walk up this red carpet and then you get into the Met Ball and Met Gala, and once you're in the Met Gala, is it an award show? Are there awards handed out?
So I'm looking. They're calling it a benefit.
It is a benefit.
They're calling it a benefit.
And who benefits from it?
All it says is it's the Costume Institute benefit.
Oh, well, all right. They need
benefiting
the Costume Institute.
The old Costume Institute.
Good. Well, let them benefit more. The Costume Institute. So there you go. The Costume Institute is probably rolling in dough now because Jared Leto showed up with his own head under his arm. And then, of course,
Hollow.
Lady Gaga came in, and she had, Lady Gaga does her thing. She did a whole performance. The one that I'm concerned about now, they showed up, the Jonas brother and Pod, what is her name? The one he's married to, Deepak Chopra. Her name is Deepak Chopra. That's really not her name. And I know it's not. But she does the thing that why people do this is beyond me. We've watched it kill so many relationships and marriages when you take the last name of the guy you married. And I just saw her this morning on the Today Show. Priyanka Chopra is her name. She now calls herself Priyanka Chopra Jonas. That was her lower third, name underneath her on the Today Show was Priyanka, and then it had the Jonas at the end. And that's always a bad idea. Just ask the girl from 2.5 Men. No, not 2.5 Men. Shit. No, the one on that science show. What is her? She's been married about 9 different times and takes the guy's name every time.
Big Bang?
Big Bang. What is her name?
Girl in there? I don't know, but she takes their names.
Her name is Cuoco. Kaylee Cuoco and whatever last name. Kaylee Cuoco Mountbatten Windsor is her actual full name. A lot of people don't know that. But no, she does. She takes the name of every guy she's married, and it never works out. And some guy has to go in now on that show, got graphics guy, and take the name off after 6 months of marriage. He's got to take that name off. And then 6 months later, add a new one on. And the famous one we all know is Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Ooh.
She went with Stamos.
She was the daughter. That's how good it worked.
Rebecca Romaine Stamos she was still, I still call her Rebecca Romaine Stamos. They've been divorced for 15 years. And she's now married to Jerry O'Connell. That horse's ass. And
now she's Rebecca Romaine Stamos O'Connell.
Oh, yeah, let's hope so. So don't do that. She did it. She took Jonas, and they were there. They were at the Met Gala. They were in their outfits. They had some strange shit on. But if you're gonna do it, do it. I'm glad people go all out, because then some people walking up in just tuxedos, and I'm like, well, that's no fun. If you're gonna get invited to the Met Gala, you go, and then as I was reading about this Met Gala today, I see that Lindsay Lohan somehow got involved. There was one girl dressed as, I don't know if she was dressed as a Disney character or something, and her dress lit up, and they posted it on Instagram. And Lindsay Lohan went and commented underneath like, somebody else did this years ago. And then everybody attacked Lindsay Lohan. So then Lindsay Lohan posts another picture of her with she did like a side-by-side of her and Ariel from Little Mermaid. And she says, I didn't know the Met Ball was going to be a Marvel showcase. I'm like, well, Ariel is not a Marvel character. It's from Disney. This girl is just out of her fucking mind, I guess, right?
Technically Disney owns Marvel now.
There you go. That's a good point.
She's only half as insane as me.
Yeah. So she is she's completely lost her mind, just sitting there at 3:00 in the morning, commenting on the Met Ball. I'm just angry she's not invited or whatever. So there you go. That's the Met Gala. I keep saying Met Ball, and I know people get angry for that. The difference between the Met Ball and the Met Gala is this, and they'll send me a fucking thing on the Facebook page on how these things are different. And there you go. So that's it. There you go. That was Met Gala. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed everyone walking up. It is fun to watch. I guess it was on Entertainment Television, which I don't really watch. And so they had it live. They have it live. They have like the red carpet of everyone showing up. And it was, it was fun and interesting. And then of course, Katy Perry. Anyone who knows Katy Perry or hangs out with Katy Perry, do me a favor and just call her more or text her more. No, and just because she obviously needs attention. And I can't give her the attention because I don't know her. And you guys can't give her the attention because we've all tried. She's got millions of followers and she's adored around the world, but that's not enough. So we need more people to give her attention, and those close to her are obviously not doing it because she has to get it from us, or do outrageous things to try and get it. And at the Met Ball, she came in one outfit, and it was she had a chandelier, and it was a wild, crazy outfit, and then, it's cool. It all looks cool. Then she changed. Mid to go to another after party, she changed into being a cheeseburger. She put on a big cheeseburger outfit, and she looked like Mayor McCheese. It was like a girl and a thing outfit.
It's just all her music video ideas she never got to make.
Exactly, it was probably left over from I Kissed a Girl video, and it was a cheeseburger.
It's like, we were going to be a cheeseburger,
and she put it on, and now she's a cheeseburger walking around this party, which. I guess I don't know how these people even do anything at these parties in these outfits they're in. There's no way you can eat or do anything. You can't, you can't even move. So this is what happened. I read this morning that Katy Perry could not eat because her arms were in the cheeseburger and only her hands stuck out. So she was like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Neat.
Her arms were too short to put her food in her mouth. So she had a person feed her food.
Is this a 6-day event? You can't just eat after?
I guess they had food at the party, and it's probably top of the line food.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
So you kind of want to eat a little bit, and listen. Trust me, she could have eaten, but she wanted to pretend like I can't eat. This is a funny bit for her, It's funny, like, oh, look at it, Katy Perry, and then of course there's a bunch of like gay guys, I'm sure, standing around her, like cackling at everything she does, really laughing, overly laughing at everything she does. So then I heard she went on the dance floor in her cheeseburger outfit after she was fed by one of her lackeys. They fed her. She went out on the dance floor and she fell down in her cheeseburger outfit and couldn't get up because she was a cheeseburger. And cheeseburgers, once they're on the ground, they don't get back up. So she couldn't. She was just
some
rolling.
Homeless guy dusted her off,
rolling around on the floor, and then a bunch of people helped her up. And that's Katy Perry being fun once again, I'm sure, because I don't think she really fell down. What adult falls down really anymore? If you're an adult, you have your wherewithal about you, and you can stay upright for a couple hours at a party. I don't think anybody really falls down anymore unless you trip on something. And a dance floor at a party, I would imagine, didn't have anything to trip on, so she just fell down as a bit. So everybody would talk about it, and here I am talking about it now. So anybody who knows Katy Perry, give her more attention, please, because it's getting to be a little much on American Idol that she's just screaming.
So she changed a couple times as I was looking.
She went through several outfits.
Well, no. Kate, as you're saying, she had a couple, but Lady Gaga had like 5. She just kept going. Yeah. Because the first one, I'm looking at pictures from this. The first one I saw, I was like, oh, that's the most boring thing Lady Gaga's ever worn. Right. But she kind of progressed as the night
I would
went
love
on.
it if next year the theme is the Gap, and everyone just has to come in like a polo shirt and just like acid wash jeans. Like, that's it. It's the Gap. Sorry, no fucking around. Can't wear a chandelier. And
nope. You got to pull your hair back. Your hair has to have a ponytail.
I also hope that I don't know how like the Uber celebrities do it, but and our people, us regular folk, you go to a fun party like that, there's an outside chance there could be a hookup situation if you're a single person. You're having a good time at this party, you see, Katy Perry. Let's say Katy Perry's not Katy Perry, she's a regular person. You're like, all right, look, she's a fucking girl just like a cheeseburger, looks pretty cute. And then you mosey on over. You got your own head,
like a hot dog.
Yeah, you got your own head under your arm like that you had made, and you start chatting it up with Katy Perry as a cheeseburger. And then next thing you know, like in real life, maybe he comes back to, hey, you want to come back to my place? And I would hate if anyone had to do like a walk of shame or anything in any of these outfits. Like, there's no way you could. Now it's 7 a.m. and the sun is up. We've all done it. we've all had to do that shitty walk back to our car or whatever in an embarrassing
barefoot,
and in an outfit from the night before, which is usually a little bit more of a dressier outfit than you would have on at 7:00 in the morning. So this would be bad if you had to do it as a cheeseburger or chandelier head or Jared Leto's, head under his arm or any of that shit. I think it would be embarrassing. So I hope that didn't happen. Or if it did, it'd be fucking amazing if I had to see, Nicki Minaj walking down the street dressed like a BLT, or I don't know what the fuck these people did. Anyway, so there you go. That's the Met. I still don't really know what it is.
You see the Olsen twins?
Were they there?
They're alive.
Oh, well, I know they're alive. I see them around. I mean, they're big deals, right?
Are they?
Yeah, they're big fashion designers. They're big,
are they?
Yeah. People get very mad at they love you now, Alex. A lot of people, but they get very mad that you know absolutely nothing about like pop culture stuff.
Which is
fine.
Right.
Which is fine. But but pretend you do a little bit.
Okay.
Like the Olsen twins are.
I'm obviously making a joke. I know they're not deceased, but
I know. Yeah, but they're pretty big fashion designers, like millionaire fashion designers.
Really?
Yes. Big.
You learn something new every day.
They don't look like it because they look like two little wet rats.
They don't
wrapped in old raincoats. But that's if you see them out, that's what they look like. But they're apparently making clothes.
Where do are they in New York or?
I don't really know.
Right.
I mean, where they live?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know where. I mean, they're not. I think they're like in their 30s now.
Yeah.
One of them is married or was to the French, the brother of the French prime minister, which was strange because she looks like she's 17 and he was 50 something. I don't know if that's even going on anymore, but they're there. So they were there. They were at the. They have to be.
I guess Lady Gaga. If they're in fashion, they have to.
Lady Gaga has to be there. Mm-hmm. The woman from Devil Wears Prada. That woman that show is based on. She has to be there. The Olsen twins have to be there. I read also that there's people who've been banned from it because they made fun of it. You can't make fun of it. So apparently Amy Schumer went a couple of years back and goofed about it like she's a comedian.
Because she's known for her fashion choices.
But of course, that's the other thing. Like she went. I saw Tiffany Haddish was there. She went, and she had a big outfit on. And I would imagine Tiffany Haddish was going to come back and kind of goof on it a little bit because that's what you do. But you can't because then you'll be banned for life. Amy Schumer's. Maybe this was. I was reading a source that is not reputable, but they said Amy Schumer's been banned for life from it. Demi Lovato has been banned from life from it for making fun of it. You can't make fun of it. It's like Scientology. You can't really shit on it once you're out of it. So that's the same thing that goes on with the Met Gala, and there you have it. I hope you enjoyed Met Gala. You know what else started yesterday or the day before? The Nexium. I think it's Nexium. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's spelled Nexium. I'm going to say it's Nexium, but isn't Nexium also like a drug for
Nexium's a drug for
cholesterol? Yeah. So this is called Nexium. Now, I think anyone who listens to this podcast
it's Nxivm, all capital.
I actually did write a V, but I can't read my own writing. I did write a VM. It's a guy named Keith Raniere. This is a cult. It's a cult. Let me get right to it. I think some of you know what I'm talking about. It's a cult. The girl, maybe you remember, it was the girl from Smallville. Her name was Allison Mack. That's why it became such a big deal because she's involved. It was high profile people involved in this, and they would recruit people to be in this sex cult, which I don't. I know. I think we've talked about it on another podcast. I don't get the cult behavior. I first of all, it seems like a lot of work because this guy, I read a little bit about the girl. I think there was one girl testifying yesterday, which was the start of the trial. There'll be other people testifying in the future, but this one girl was testifying. They're suing this guy, Keith Raniere, saying they were enslaved and they're underage. He was fucking some underage girls and the whole thing. And there were apparently 17,000 people involved in what they were. They didn't call it a sex cult. They called it a self-help thing.
Yeah.
So it was disguised as a self-help thing. But so 17,000 people got involved in this self-help thing, which is beyond me too, because if you saw this guy, you'd be like, I don't see the appeal. I don't see the sexual attraction. There's a girl named Claire Bronfman who was involved in this. She did a lot of the recruiting. Actually, the girl who was testifying yesterday was recruited by Claire Bronfman, her father runs Universal pictures or own. Basically, they own the Seagram's fortune. If you ever had ginger ale, then you know who the Bronfmans are because they are Seagram's, one of the richest people in the world. And they also own Universal Pictures, I believe. At least they did. Maybe they've sold it in the past year or so. But Edgar Bronfman is her father. He's one of the richest men in the world. Claire Bronfman is in this cult. She is a Nexium person, and she's out there. So these are billionaire people getting involved in having this guy.
That's always
so weird to me.
You have that much money, but you're that susceptible to influence. That's insane.
This is what I'm saying.
That's insane.
So this guy, apparently he doesn't have any money or anything. He was like working at he just had charisma. They always go back to charisma, like the Waco guy, that guy, and this guy, the one you watch on Netflix, the one up there in Northern California with the Maharishi Yogi. They're all like, they were charismatic. I like to consider myself charismatic. You go see my performances at the Funny Bone, you're going to get 45 minutes of charisma. But let me tell you this: if I asked any of you after the show was over, hey, when they say we start a sex cult, you'll be like, get the fuck out of here, you weirdo. I guess I don't have that type of charisma.
You don't have the right pitch. You don't start with sex cult. No,
what do I say?
You gotta.
I say I'm a self-help guru.
Yeah, you gotta start by saying,
but you can't say guru, right?
How's your life going? Do you want to improve things for yourself?
You're pretty good, Alex.
Dude,
maybe you can get one of these going.
Dude,
Next thing you know, I'm in your sex cult. I think I just joined Alex.
If I start one of these, it's going to be a pyramid scheme, not a sex cult.
Well, that's what this was.
I'm trying to sell antioxidant wine. I don't want to.
A lot of them are calling this a pyramid scheme, whatever. There, everything to be. Let me tell you, Gene Franjola, and it served me well in my life. The great Gene Franjola. Everything was a scam when we were growing up. Everything was a scam. It's a scam. This is a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam. This is a scam. It's a scam. And this was back before you couldn't check. I think last week I talked about my mother calling the Better Business Bureau. We called the Better Business Bureau on everybody to check their credentials. That's what you used to have to do before before you can Google anything. You had to call the Better Business Bureau. And I guess the Better Business Bureau was somebody on the other end of the phone who, legitimately looked up businesses. I don't know. They were probably scammed too. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're still around. The Better Business Bureau. I got my headshots, my first ever headshots. God, I should get that. I should find that picture. It's the worst thing ever. At a place called Now and Forever Wedding Photos out in like a Babylon, Long Island. And it was a guy was a wedding photographer, but he also took headshots. And I went in there to the Now and Forever Wedding photo. And I got my headshots taken. They're fucking the worst. They look like these are supposed to be like for commercials and acting work. He took like wedding pictures of me. So I'm standing without a bride. Every wedding picture you've ever seen where it's just a bride and a groom. So let's take that same picture minus the bride. I'm just standing there as if I was a groom. And these are the pictures he takes of me. My mother called the Better Business Bureau on him and complained like, this guy does not take good headshots. And even the Better Business Bureau was like, well, he doesn't take good headshots because he's it's called Now and Forever Wedding Photos. Yeah. You idiots. Go to
Is your son getting married?
Yeah.
You went the wrong place.
So then I went to another guy in New York City, and I can actually find these pictures and post them. And he took me to Central Park, and he was an effeminate man, older man, is very effeminate. And he made me open my I had a denim jacket on with a T-shirt because I read somewhere that that's a good look to wear for a headshot. Denim jacket, T-shirt, because back then I wanted to be on like in a John Hughes movie, like make me Andrew McCarthy or any of those people. And he was like, actually, he goes, it's good look for you. I would take off the T-shirt and just keep the denim jacket on. And I was like, all right, no
but
problem.
Opened?
Oh wait, yeah. So and then he goes and keep it open, and then pop the collar on it, which I did, and I was all good with it. I'm like, this looks good. And then he goes and then lay on the ground, and then he sprays my face with water. He had like he spray plants with
mist.
Like a mist to get my hair because that was a good look back then, like that wet hair look. And he sprayed me down with that, and then my hair was nice and slick, and my chest was wet. Oh, I was wet. Everything about me was wet. And to get, I don't know why, to prompt, he wanted a certain look out of me. So he would say, he wanted me to be surprised. I don't know why. His look was, let's get you surprised.
Like that's steel.
Yeah, this is a sellable look. It's a surprise. This is going to get you a lot of work in the business.
He totally jerked off to these.
Totally. So he goes, you just got, this is his way to get surprised from me. He goes, I'm going to tell you just got the lead in something. And you go, really? And that will be a surprise. You like look up and go, really? So he goes, you just got the lead in chorus line. And I was like, really? So every picture is like me looking up wet, soaking wet from laying on the ground, looking up, to being surprised that I just got the lead in the chorus line.
This has happened to you many times.
I know.
Effeminate men get you on blankets.
That's why, like when the Me Too movement started here in LA, I'm like, big fucking deal. I got Me Too'd every single day when I got here.
My mom called the Better Business Bureau to keep me from getting Me Too'd. What are you talking about?
My mother stopped a lot of Me Too. That Better Business Bureau was working over. Who else called the Better? There fucking was probably one woman sitting behind a desk like,
oh, it's
got to be Jerry Franjola again, bitching about the ping pong table at the roller skating rink. Hello? Do you know there's a fella out here taking 8x10 headshots and he's a wedding photographer? Yes, we know about it, Jerry. We're on to it. We'll shut him down. So anyway, I wound up using the pictures.
So
they actually do look pretty good. I'll post them on the Facebook side of me wet on the ground, hot as fuck, 17. I think the photographer's name was Van Williams.
He's like, all right, now do push-ups. And look surprised.
I'm not kidding. This is what he made me do. I was doing all sorts of shit for him.
Let's get a good pump going. Let's fill that chest.
Then my uncle, I had a crazy uncle who was like in Vietnam and stuff, and he was a little off. Not my Uncle Stevie that I've talked about, my Uncle Matt. He's since died. Great guy. Loved him. He was a real photographer, but he was a war photographer. Yeah, he has some very famous pictures, some very famous Vietnam pictures. And he worked for Associated Press.
Was he a journalist?
Yeah, journalist. He worked for Associated Press and Time Life, and he had a lot of. You Google him; he's done a lot of stuff. Anyway, he says, "I'll take your headshots," but he's a war photographer. So now he comes into my backyard and where he takes pictures of me. Now I'm 17, of like looking like I'm a Saigon refugee. And I had, I was an okay looking kid, but I was 17. I had a lot of acne and shit. At one time in my life, I was like my brothers used to call me pizza face. I'm good now, but I had a bit of a pizza face issue. And so we put some makeup on it. My mother did, so we'll cover those with makeup. But, I mean, I swear to God, the worst. I had so much fucking makeup on. I look like RuPaul in my backyard as my war correspondent uncle took pictures of me. Like he was hanging out of a fucking helicopter flying out of Phnom Penh. Anyway, so how did I get on fucking headshots? Where were we?
We were talking about
Nexium.
Nexium.
Oh, wow. How did I? Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you were lured into picture cults, or
I don't know how we got into it, but you know how this podcast works. Sometimes we go down roads we're not necessarily thinking we want to go down, but that's it. We went down that one. So that. Oh, I was saying my father. It's something about my father always saying,
it's a scam. Everything's a scam. Yeah.
Scam. So that's why I don't know if I'd get it close. So let me go back to what I was talking about with this Keith Raniere and this Nexium cult. So now I guess you're going to hear a lot more salacious details coming out in the next couple of weeks as this goes on trial. And this girl, Alison Mack, is going to have to testify, and I guess this Claire Bronf is going to have to testify. These people were branded. If you were in this guy branded you with a fucking branding iron. His initials, KR, Keith Raniere. He branded you with his initials. Whoa. And then you had the fucking. So here's the part that I found interesting about this testimony of the girl who testified yesterday. I was reading. He made them take a lot of they were exchanging a lot of nude photos. He would get them to send me a picture of your tits and you whatever and blah blah blah. And everyone's having a nice time sending pictures back and forth. This girl's involved. She's fully in. She's doing it. She's in the cult. She says that one day her elderly father, looked at her, went and found her iPad and was looking up something, he was old guy trying to, maneuver around an iPad. He's looking up whatever. He's looking up coupons or something. And he happens upon pictures of, she said, her vagina, pussy, full on pussy pictures. He says, honey, I'm sorry. I found your medical photos. He thought there was these are pictures she sends her doc. And the girl tells this story on the stand yesterday about her. She goes, that's when I knew I was at my lowest. Could you imagine? I mean, we all send fucking dirty pictures back and forth to each other. It's a fun thing to do in this day and age. It's just the way the world works. But could you imagine your mother or father stumbling upon them? I could think of nothing more embarrassing. It sounds. But this girl.
The only thing worse would be them finding a video online of.
Well, that's. I would imagine that just happens to people.
all those people, all those stars you've never heard of again, they've all got two parents. So.
Two parents who have to watch them. Even like porn girls.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, like that shit never goes away.
Never.
It's on there.
Lucky for you, it's like one of those things where there's so much content, like they probably won't find it.
Yeah.
But
when I was on my Chelsea Lately days, I dated actually some porn, and they were actually very sweet, nice people.
Oh yeah,
and we went on dates, and one of them is still a very good friend of mine. I won't mention her name because I think she's out of that business now, trying to be, not in that world. But she was a very big porn girl and sweet, still a sweet, nice person, but. She's trying to be in the up and up and have a real world, but I'm like, I don't say it to her, of course, personally, but I'm like, God damn, it's got to be tough because you're just one Google away from, oh shit,
oh her,
that girl. So anyway,
you know what happens to all those girls once they have kids? Their son's friends probably find out.
I know, but
it's probably something that I imagine you think of right after the first one gets dropped. You're like, oh shit.
There's only one picture of my mother online. If you Google, thank God, if you Google Jerry Franjola, you don't see like her in a gangbang or anything because she wasn't involved in it. Thank God. But she was involved in a modeling thing when she was a teenager in Denver, Colorado. She was trying to break into the modeling business, and there's a picture of her with a greyhound, like a dog. And I think the modeling contest she was in was at a dog track in Denver. So I think she came in second or something, but there's a picture of Jerry online with holding a greyhound. And that's her modeling photo. I think she came in second at the greyhound track. And I can't believe she didn't go on to have a pretty good modeling career.
What's the guy's name? Was Rainier?
Rainier, yeah. Rainier? His name is Keith Rainier, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
The crazy thing, so I've been learning a little bit about influence, and that's kind of
influence, meaning not like online, like influencer. Like
not influence, like sales tactics essentially are influence. Like it's the brain. It's what's happening in your brain behind you making decisions, whether it be sales decisions or
no. Say that again. Explain it though. So how does this guy get these girls to get branded?
So for instance,
all this shit?
You're only looking for it's like it's like trying to sell, like you're never going to try to sell liberalism to a conservative.
Right.
You try to sell liberalism to someone who doesn't have a political affiliation. Okay. So a lot of times what's happening is guys like this, they're starting by finding people who have who are just looking for it's like when it's the same people who try to you need a job? Well, come sell knives for me.
Yeah. But that in itself is like some sort of talent. But not if that's the word for it. But finding those people is like
that's influence.
How come I can't find those people to come to the fucking Funny Bone on a Saturday night?
You're not influential enough.
God damn it, you motherfuckers! Come to Comedy Store La Jolla. I'll be in La Jolla, California. Wait, I got to put on a different voice. Hey, you guys, are you down on your luck? Do you not have a job? Why don't you come to the La Jolla Comedy Store May 31st, June 1st, and June 2nd? I'd love to see you down there in La Jolla, and maybe afterwards we could talk about branding and some other things I'd like to do to you. But and we can show your father pictures of your vagina if you'd like to. I'll be at the Comedy Store in La Jolla May 31st, June 1st, and June 2nd. So thank you. That is interesting.
But they look for people who are susceptible to this stuff.
Well, that's the same thing with like child molesters and all that. Same type of deal.
But the nudity or like the nude photos is like step 2 is like getting them to trust you with intimate details.
Right.
And once they've already said yes, they're just on the. It's the same as like when you're walking through the mall and the guy at the kiosk just tries to get you to stop. Yeah. Once you stop, you're his.
I don't stop.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't stop.
So that's the sending nude. That's the conversation of to the makeup guy. That's you're already engaged in this. You've already said yes a couple times. You are going to continue. You don't want to look weak and change your mind. So you're just in now. It's crazy, man.
I stopped once. And the girl had a curling. She was a curling iron. She was selling a curling iron at it was like a mall in the Midwest, and I was just looking to kill time before a show. And sometimes you'll do anything to kill all time. Yeah. And I stopped at the curling iron girl. And I was like, I don't know what you're going to do because I have pretty short hair and I don't know how I'm going to use this curling iron. But she did. She curled the front of my hair to the point where I almost looked like a
right before a
Dr.
show.
Seuss character, like a like a Whoville. Okay,
Yeah.
Whoville. The Whoville had that curly front. I look like
Cindy
that.
Lou.
Yeah, Cindy Lou. Who? I look like one of the Whovilles. And then I walked, and then I walked out and went back to my hotel room. Thank God I was able to get it down
an hour to
before
kill.
showtime. Yeah, but I did stop. That's the only time I've ever stopped was a curling iron lady in Omaha, wherever it was.
I worked I worked in malls in Vegas for years, and that's tourists getting sold makeup is like the backbone.
And I feel a lot of moisturizing cream. They're always like trying to rub moisturizing cream on my hands.
Watching those people sell is insane. Like I was next door to one of them for a long time. Guys would literally what they'll do is they'll put it on half your face.
Right.
And then they'll go, see how ugly you were when you walked in? Now look at what I did to you. And it's brutal, but that's same thing. Once you stop, you're in.
I remember, I think another thing that scarred me is what, in a good way, is, and why I have yet to fall for any of these, child molesting or cults is because my mother, one time, and this is, she ordered, there was an ad on television. And once again, I have to stress that this is before the world of the internet or anything like that. It just seems like so strange that we used to live in a world where there was no way to fact check anything, but there wasn't. And there was an ad on TV for 3 towels for like $1. 3 towels for $1. And I guess my mother at the time, we needed towels. There was kids, we probably, just me and my 4 brothers, there's 6 people in the house with mom and dad and me and my 3 brothers. So we needed towels. So she said, that's it. You know what? I'm gonna order this. I'm gonna make a phone call and order these 3 towels for $1. That seems like an amazing deal. At $1, 3 towels. And so, it took forever to get things. Now Amazon shows up within an hour.
Robot flies into your house.
6 to 8 weeks to get anything. 6 to 8 weeks. 8 weeks later, our towels show up. They are dish towels, like little shitty dish towels. And we had to talk about this for the next 15 years. My mother would never. You know what that is? That's a dish towel.
It's the dish towel thing all over
it's
again.
It's like sea monkeys. That was a scam. You probably too young.
I remember. Yeah,
they were on the back of the and you were like, fuck. They showed a whole world on the back of the comic book of these guys with staffs, and they were overseeing an entire world of sea monkeys. And you thought this for $5 I can get this world and a fish tank. And then you ordered them, and they came, and they were basically just. It looked like you just ate a cracker, like a saltine cracker. Then you put some water in your mouth. You swished it around and spit it into the fish bowl. That's what it looked like. It looked like pieces of cracker floating around.
Like fish food.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was like fish food.
Yeah.
And so these are the reasons why I've never been a cult. But I guess apparently Allison Mack and Claire Bronfman and all these people didn't have that life, and they are easily influenced. And next thing you know, their father's finding pictures of their vagina, and they're getting branded and all that.
So is this developing, or is this?
Well, no. I mean, this guy's been arrested. He's been arrested. Allison Mack's been arrested. Claire Bronfman's been arrested. And now it's on trial. It's on trial in New York. So this is these people are going to go to jail for a long time, because now you're getting. I don't want to bring up that, but there was underage shit.
Yeah, I saw child pornography.
Yeah, they were having like 15-year-old girls involved in it.
I mean, if their MO is to get you to send pictures, there's nobody more susceptible to fall for that than like a 14-year-old girl who just went through a breakup.
Who the fuck wants to look at a naked 14-year-old girl?
I think it's the power. It's power.
Yeah,
I think it's.
I know we had this conversation before, you and I. I guess I just don't never need it to be that fucking powerful.
No, me neither. I don't get it either. I see. I don't know, man. It's a whole thing, it's a lot. But there's a.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're flying
already.
Yeah, we're flying.
Oh, I hope this was interesting. This one, I feel like maybe did I stay too long on something? Did I stay too long on one topic? I might have talked too much about Met.
No, I think we had too much fun. That's what it was.
Yeah, we were having fun. Uber and Lyft are on strike. I don't know if in your town, I don't know if they're on strike there, but they're on strike here in Los Angeles. That's a big thing today. They're on strike. So if you're looking for a body odor filled ride to wherever you got to go next day or two, you're gonna have trouble getting it. You'd have to get back to a dirty old cab, like a pilgrim, and get to your destination, because Uber and Lyft are on strike, looking for a couple more bucks to live their lives, and let people have a little more money if that's the way people want to live. Uber's then in the Wall Street Journal yesterday, there's a big article because Uber's about to go public. I guess that's why there's a lot. That's why they're striking, and that's why there's a lot of stuff. Uber is now they're planning in the next 10 years to take over everything, not just giving you a ride to the bar so you can get drunk and not have to drive. They are taking over food, Uber Eats. They're taking over helicopters. They're going to deliver to you those little, scooters, bikes, Jump. Is that company? That's Uber.
Uber and Lyft, I think, are both on the Bird scooter. They're on the Bird scooters, driverless cars, driverless trucks. They say in the next 10 years, they will own the world. I think we're going to have to wrap I could do this. You know what? To give you a little teaser for next week, there's a very interesting article in the Wall Street Journal that I read on my flight back from Seattle about people. And I know I have a bit of an older fan base, listeners here, and I am too. It's not too late. It's not too late. A lot of people say, you know what? Fuck it. I can't start again. I'm 40. I'm 38. I'm 36. I'm 51. I can't. Fuck it. Yes, you can. It's never too late to start a brilliant career. Our obsession with early achievement shortchanges people of all ages. Research shows that our brains keep developing deep into adulthood. Your brain, according to this article by Rich Karlgaard, is not fully formed until 32. Fully formed. Like actually a pretty good portion of your brain, which I believe to be true, because I feel like I'm much better later in life than I was when I was 28. But like they say, the part of your brain that is in reasoning and shit like that, the frontal lobe or whatever. Frontal lobe. That's last. Right?
That's last.
Yeah.
That's like 32 when you finally realize, oh, that's how you reason. And you could, you see it happening all the time. That's why it's not best not to get married at 21 because your fucking head isn't right yet, you dumb fucks. Anyway, so that it's interesting. I'll talk about it next week. How all these people late in life, everybody. The girl who wrote Harry Potter was like 50 when she started that, and everybody who started these things just like so. And this whole world is. Got to be 22. Got to be 22. Got to be 22. I mean, listen, we're in the
trying
world.
To sell youth.
This is we are in the youth capital of the world. You are like people. This is something I'll talk about.
That's why we're so dumb here because none of us have frontal lobes.
The frontal lobes aren't fully
we're all
developed.
Too youthful.
Yeah, that's why we fucking get this in Nexium. You don't let your frontal lobe fully develop. Next thing you know, you're getting branded in the back of a fucking Kinko's by this fucking weirdo wants to see your tits. Jerk. Anyway, and then we live in the world of people always ask Heather and I, after shows, because we're so talented, the both of us, and we do these amazing things online, fun little sketches and stuff that Heather puts together. They always say, how come you two guys are not on TV, man? You're so goddamn funny. Like, you should have a TV show. And let me tell you why. Because I'm an old man and Heather's an old gal, and that's why we're not on TV, because Hollywood decided... You guys are good. People who listen to that's what happened with all of us who have successful podcasts, not just me, Joe Rogan, Heather McDonald, Mark Maron, all these guys, because Hollywood said you're dead to us. They had to reinvent in their own world. Rogan did it. Maron did it. Heather did it. They did it by themselves. I, to a certain extent, am starting to do it because they tell you you're dead to us. There's nobody's going to watch your fucking TV show because you're gross. You're old and you're gross, and nobody will look at you. So that is why I don't have a TV show. Heather doesn't have a TV show. Joe Rogan doesn't have a TV show. Now, they won't put you on TV because Hollywood says we're gross. Because they had to overcorrect because we put too many old white people on TV in the 80s. Now, because of that, every TV show's got to be a 21-year-old Indian girl. So. And I'm dead in this town. That's why I'm doing a podcast out of a closet in Koreatown. So there you go. There's your answer, everybody, to why I'm not on TV. But I would be if you want me to be on your television.
Now I'm here
show.
to tell you guys I'm young and handsome, and I'm still not on TV. So
but you have time yet. Your frontal lobe is not fully developed.
My frontal lobe's not even developed.
You can't be on TV. Your frontal lobe's all fucked up. Yeah. So anyway, that's the situation. I think this was a pretty good one.
I liked it, man. This was fun.
Yeah, this was a good one.
We got some good music for you guys too.
We do have some good music. Yeah, actually, let me tell you what we're going to do. We have to change some things up a little on this portion of our favorite portion of the show. Well, why don't you give us the one we are going to do for today?
Alrighty.
Our pop. because summer's coming, everybody. I mean, I don't know about where you guys live, if you're there yet. Summer-wise, it doesn't seem like it. I watch a lot of baseball games, and I'm seeing all these different parks in different cities, and it looks pretty cold still in most of the country. And actually, here in Los Angeles too, we are like gray and cold, and cold for us. We're 60, but 60 in LA is pretty fucking cold. So we're going through it too. So we're not quite there yet. Winter, summer-wise, but I want it to be because I want to fucking start listening to these tunes that Alex plays, and I want to fucking hang out by a pool, and I want to have a nice time, and I want to do that, which maybe I'll do when I'm in Las Vegas. Ooh. On May 15th, 16th, 17th.
All right, guys. Okay. Number 4 on the Spotify charts.
What do we got? Now, just give it to us loud and proud.
Shawn Mendes.
Shawn Mendes. He was at the Met Gala.
Met? What did he wear?
Well, I don't know. He did have a kind of an outfit on. He looked like, he was into it. But what I heard was he caused a bit of a controversy at the parties afterwards because he was the only one who showed up with a whole team of security. And there was like real big stars there. There's like presidents and shit there. And he was the only one who had like security, like keeping people away from him.
How old is he? Do you know?
He's a kid.
Is he an adult or a kid? Okay, so
23, 22.
I mean, he doesn't have a frontal lobe, but
no, his frontal lobe's up fully developed. Maybe that's why.
But it's not like his parents were like, "You got to bring the security."
Fucking Katy Perry's a big star, and the only security she had was the fact she was surrounded by a cheeseburger bun. That was the only. You couldn't get near her. She couldn't even see her giant tits. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, Shawn Mendes, if I can't have you.
If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. Is this Shawn Mendes?
This is.
Let me hear it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm so consumed, spending all my nights reading texts from you.
Oh, we spend it reading text.
I'm good at keeping my distance. I know that you're the feeling I'm missing.
Wow.
You know.
I kind of dig that. Is this wrong of me?
No.
Like
don't hate to admit it.
Now, what about you? What's your musical taste, Alex? Do you lean towards something like, you're in a car, you listening to this?
No, I'm listening to reruns of Cover to Cover.
Good answer, you son of a bitch. Yeah. Wow. What's the chorus? What is he saying? I can't. I'm crazy.
I can't
forget about you. You're into. He's a good-looking guy. Who's he fucking? He's a handsome kid.
He's got a decent falsetto on him there too.
He's a handsome-looking kid. You think he plays his own instruments and stuff?
He so there's a video on the back of like him. Spotify for new music has like videos that play alongside, kind of. It's pretty much the stuff repeated over, but it's a video of him strumming on a guitar. So he's apparently got some actual musical talent.
Yeah, I'd like to hear who he's fucking. I hope he gets somebody good.
Oh, he's Canadian?
Oh, all right. Yeah,
see if he's got a girlfriend.
I hope it's who do I like? I hope it's that Selena Gomez. I'd like to see those two getting it on. I'd watch that.
I don't know if they're still together, but here's who he used to be with.
Who's that? Oh, she's like a model or
something.
She's
a model. Haley Baldwin.
Oh, that's Justin Bieber's wife. Haley Baldwin.
Well,
yeah, Justin Bieber's wife. Oh, really? You used to be with Haley Baldwin?
So Shawn Mendes admits Haley Baldwin was the one that got away. That's the headline.
That's That's Alec Baldwin's niece. She's Stephen Baldwin's daughter.
Why did you just say Justin Bieber's married?
Yes, that's his wife. Her name is now. She also made the mistake of going. She calls herself Haley Bieber.
Do you think they do it when they don't have enough fame to live? Like they don't have their own name?
Yeah, but there's no way in hell that the Bieber Baldwin marriage lasts 50 years. It just doesn't happen.
No,
because both their frontal lobes are not fully formed.
Somebody's been
they're fucked.
They've got the frontal lobes of people with head trauma.
I don't hate that. I don't hate Shawn Mendes. I mean, good. He has security around him. Good. You should.
Yeah.
You know, if you fucking finally make it in this town, just get security and go. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, cheeseburger. I got security around me. I don't give a shit what you're doing.
See this dude in this suit? Rip that cheeseburger
right. Yeah. Go help Katy Perry up. She fell
go help
down.
her up.
Yeah. She can't feed herself. Tell her, hey, security guard, go give Katy Perry one of those chicken rotisserie things. She can't feed herself because her hands are stuck in a cheeseburger bun. Fucking idiot. Anyway.
God.
Let's go. Now, here we go. Now, let me tell you what we have to do here. on this one. First of all, everybody, I'm going to be back on Long Island, my hometown of Long Island. I'm going to be at the Brokerage Comedy Club in Long Island, back into my hometown, talking about all things Long Island. If you motherfuckers, if I can't get 140 people to join my Long Island cult on June 5th, Wednesday night, June 5th, $20 tickets, that's all I'm asking. That's it, flat rate, $20 tickets.
No nude pictures
I think the
required.
club charges $2, so it's like $22 ticket into completely. So anyway, there you go. I'll see you June 5th at Brokerage Comedy Club in Belmore, Long Island, Nassau County. Then I move on to the Mohegan Sun Comics in the Mohegan Sun. That's a casino up in Connecticut, and there's a comedy club in that casino. I love performing there, owned by a father and son. They're great dudes, and I'm going up there June 6th through the 8th. Then I just added the Sunday after, June 9th, I'm going to go to Lucy's Laugh Lounge in Pleasantville, New York. It's a Sunday night, one show, easy. Pleasantville, New York, June 9th. How gorgeous does that sound? Come out, have a fucking gin and tonic.
Is that upstate?
Lucy's Laugh, kind of, a little bit. I looked, it's a couple hours up. Lucy's Laugh Lounge. It looks like a pretty good spot. A lot of New York comics play there. I'm going to give it a shot. Beautiful. And then, people just out of Lexington, Kentucky. People always say, come to Lexington, Kentucky. Comedy Off-Broadway, June 20th through the 22nd. Comedy Off-Broadway, Lexington, Kentucky. I added Chicago. I added 100 more dates. They're all on franjola.com. Go check them out. And I'm adding more as you people come to the shows. I'll add more. Okay. Now, we've been playing weird, crazy songs over the past, since we started this thing in December. We've been coming up with these wacky, crazy 70s songs. And, honestly, it's getting a little thin. And people are suggesting songs. Now, I love your suggestions, but what's happening is you're posting your suggestions on the Facebook page, and then everyone can see that. You gotta
message them.
And it kind of ruins the surprise of the songs I'm going to do if you go, here's a good one. The other thing I don't like to do is I don't like to do songs that were kind of in on the joke, like Disco Duck by Rick Dees. I feel like that joke has already been made there. Rick Dees was kidding when they made that song Disco Duck. And Kung Fu Fighting. These were songs that were tongue-in-cheek to begin with.
A good one.
Yeah, no, it is, but it was a tongue-in-cheek song to begin with. Yeah. I'm trying to find songs that they weren't joking. Like, when we did I'm Having Your Baby or whatever. Mm-hmm. That was a serious song. Paul Anka was writing a serious song. He wasn't trying to kid around.
No.
And I think Pina Colada was like, Rupert Holmes was being serious. These are serious songs. So now we're running out of those. There was a couple. We have a few more to come up, but so now I had to turn to a thing where this is just a song that's strange, and it's sexual, dirty, fucking dirty, and we had a lot of those in the 70s. But this person who sang it was not a one-hit wonder. They've gone on to have a huge career and still continue to have a giant career. I think they're touring this summer again. His name is Rod Stewart. And Rod Stewart, we all know Rod Stewart, one of the biggest stars in the world, went on to have an amazing career, continues to have an amazing career. Seems like a decent guy. I don't know if you remember, Alex is probably too young to remember, but there was a rumor about him in the 70s, that was huge. I mean, this is before the internet and before you could just, tweet something and it went all over the world. This rumor managed to go all over the world just by word of mouth, just by one person telling another person that Rod Stewart got admitted to the emergency room because he had too much cum in his stomach. He blew so many guys ejaculated into his stomach that he passed out, and he had to be taken to an emergency room. This was a huge rumor.
That's like the old gerbil in the ass. They're rumors.
Exactly, same thing.
I grew up in a time before the internet.
Yeah, before I know. So this was a huge rumor about Rod Stewart. It was the cum in the stomach. I wasn't even like old enough at the time to like even fathom like blowjobs and whatever. I was like, what? What does that even mean? Mm-hmm. So turns out he wrote a book a couple of years ago, Rod Stewart, and he told the whole story about it. He's like, first of all, Rod Stewart is not even he's been married 10 times.
Like supermodels.
Some of the most beautiful women in the world. He has 10 kids, and he's been married to some of the most beautiful women in the world and continues to be. And so he was just like, it was an angry publicist who he fired when he started doing it, and the publicist started this rumor, which I've heard about. The gerbil rumor. Richard Gere was another angry publicist, apparently.
Oh,
yeah. So apparently they can get.
Don't piss off your publicist.
Their job is to get shit out there. That's what a publicist does. So they can get shit out there if they want to on you. So don't fuck with them.
Masters of influence.
There you go. Boom. Alex bringing it right back. That's why Alex is here. He's a fucking pro. So here we go, everybody. This is a song that we all remember. remember. It will take you back if you were born during this time. There's nothing that takes me back quite like music. And this one, I mean, I'm right back to sitting on the beach. People got their transistor radios in Montauk, Long Island, and this song is playing. It's called If You Want My Body and You Think I'm Sexy. And it was fucking dirty as shit in 1978, did we say? 78.
78.
78. Give it to me. First of all, are you not in a good? You're already in a good mood.
Yeah.
If you're driving right now to
you're
work,
tapping your feet.
Yeah, or if you're, taking your kids to school, or you're listening, wherever you're listening to this, tell me you're not in a good mood right now. Give it to me. Oh, we're already having fun. Studio 54. I don't remember it. I wish I was alive during that year. I was alive, but I wish I was old enough to be invited, because I feel like this was when it was going off.
Yeah.
This song. This is about two people hooking up. Let's hook up, man. I'd like to get into it. Okay, now what happens here is, let's stop it, Alex. Stop and discuss for a second. This is about two people hooking up. And Rod Stewart took a lot of shit in the 70s for this song, because now we live in a world where cocky is celebrated. It's like, there's internet, Facebook or whatever. Not Facebook. What's the one with Instagram models. Basically, everybody's saying, look how hot I am. Look how hot I am. Look how hot I am. That people make careers out of saying, look how hot I am. Rod Stewart just said, hey, do you think you like my body? You think I'm sexy? Let me know. And people were like, what an asshole. He's out there talking about how sexy and hot he is. What a prick. What a dick. But that's back when you couldn't
He's offering you his money.
You couldn't say things like that. Back then you couldn't be proud of your look. You couldn't be sex about, if you want my body and think I'm sexy. It was wrong.
Wasn't there a line, if you want my money? Wasn't that part of it too? Like
No, that not in this song. And I could be wrong, but I don't think he's.
I feel like that's kind of like an alternate, like one time he says it. I could be wrong.
Well, go ahead.
We're gonna know.
So the other thing to show you how old this song is, I think it's coming up right now. If we haven't passed a portion of the song, he says he's got the girl. They're leaving whatever bar or club they were at, and he tells her. She says to him, if give me a dime so I can call my mother and tell her I'm going to be late. I don't know how old this girl is. She's got to call her mom to let her know. But first of all, this is in a time now where there were phones. I just saw that last Shawn Mendes song you played. Yeah. He's talking about texting. I stay up all night reading your texts. No, not in this song. This girl's got to walk down fucking the stairs from wherever Rod Stewart lives, go out, find a payphone, put a dime. Now, this is when payphones were a fucking dime. Now, then they went on to be a quarter for many years. Now they're just gone. They're just gone. There's like one.
That's
around.
Just like a warm place.
And every now and again, you'll see like somebody on the payphone somewhere. If there's like, and you're like, wow, what has gone wrong in your life, and who's on the other end of that call? Because it's not a good one.
It's a very disappointed person. Someone's getting
the person on the other end of the payphone call is like, oh Jesus, my fucking cousin, my drugged cousin wants money or something. It's never good. Anyway, so give me a dime so I can call my mother. This girl's now going to call her mother and go back up and fucking blow Rod Stewart. Or
she's going to need to get her stomach pumped.
And she's going to need to go to the emergency room because he's going to jizz in her mouth. Anyway, no, dude, that was way too dirty for this pod. Sorry, everybody. Anyway, give it to me. Let's hear it on our way out. It's fucking amazing. How do you not love this song? I love Rod Stewart. I've seen him in concert a bunch. Kick soccer balls into the audience at the end of every show.
Ooh.
He's fantastic. Oh, yeah. Do yourself a favor. I hate carpool karaoke. I really do. But Rod Stewart did one, like one of the early ones with James Corden. And it's really good.
Oh, here you go.
Here we are.
I think this is.
Let's spend the night together. Now hold on a minute. Before we go much further, give me a dime. So I can phone my mother. They catch a cab. So they catch a cab to his high-rise apartment. I would get it on to this song right now. Everybody. We should just start rubbing up on each other and join a cult. Oh, I will get your name fucking... I will get your initials...
I'll branded.
I will get your initials Rod Stewart. I'm going to get branded on my ass cheek. Then I'm going to send pictures of my cock to my parents.
Medical purpose.
This has been a fun episode. I think we had a little bit of fun here. Let's just fucking go out with the little Rod Stewart. Thank you for listening to Cover to Cover. Tell all your friends and follow me on Instagram, Chris Franjola. I do a lot of fun stuff on there. Follow Alex. Alex is not funny.
Alex Conn is not funny.
Alex Conn is not funny. And then go review this podcast. We almost have 700 5-star reviews.
Oh,
so we are go review it on iTunes and say how amazing it is. Oh, one more thing I wanted to say. Sorry. When we get back to Rod Stewart.
Hold on with those
I really want to do this, and I'm going to try and make a little money at this because everyone's telling me to do it. I read yesterday there's a thing called Cameo. Anyone familiar with it? Cameo. It's this thing where people make you could pay money to have people give you.
I think we talked about this early on one of the first couple episodes.
We have. And this Cameo, they always ask me to join.
I think the $5 Subway thing was a joke about Cameo. I believe
you're exactly right, Alex. So I read, you know who gets the most money on Cameo? The number one person, most expensive Cameo person. I'll tell you, Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner gets $1,500 per, or $2,500. It was $2,500 or $1,500 per one. So you get Caitlyn to leave you a message. It's going to cost you $1,500. That's crazy. So you go, happy birthday, everyone. Hey, I heard it's your birthday. Happy birthday. From Caitlyn and Sophia. Hey, look whose birthday it is. It's Mary out in Nebraska's birthday. Happy birthday! So you can get that for $1,500. Or I'm going to go home tonight and I'm going to get on. I'm going to see what it is. I don't even know how to do it, but I'm going to set up a what is it called?
Cameo. Is it Cameo?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It is Cameo. I'm going to set up a Cameo.
How you spell it? Cameo.
Cameo.
The right way.
I'm going to set up a Cameo. And what I'm going to do I think I'll do it at $10, maybe $15, $10. Why not? Why not get a couple of bucks out of this fucking thing? $10, maybe $15. We'll see. I don't know. I think you have to start at a certain amount. So I'll see what it is. And I will send you a private a message as Caitlyn Jenner. I will do it. You asked me. Are
you going to get a wig?
No. I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to give you the voice. I'm not going to go in because then I feel like I'm being disrespectful to Caitlyn.
That's rude.
I don't want to do that. So I'll do the voice and I will do Caitlyn Jenner. I'll do my own voice. I'll do Caitlyn Jenner, but I will do you. And to save you people money and not have to pay $1,500, if you have a birthday message or any type of message for anybody, I will do it as Caitlyn. Okay? So there you have it. You can find me on Cameo, I think. I'm going to go try and sign up. I don't know how, but I will. And you could do Cameo. Let's get a little more Rod Stewart on the way out. Thanks again. Sorry to come back in and take up your precious time. Thanks again for listening to Cover. Go fuck each other too if you want my body and you think I'm sexy. Come on, honey. Let me know.